Casual Magic has been sponsored by Quiver, maker of the Quiver and Bolt deck cases and other fine deck holding accessories. Use the code CASUAL on their website for 10% off your order. We're also sponsored by Architect, the premier site for hosting your decks on the internet. I love them and they love me, and it seems like a good reason for you to use them. This episode is also brought to you by Monopool, a fast-growing marketplace for Magic the Gathering that makes buying and selling cards easy. Their optimizer helps you get the best value when buying cards, and their team is focused on making it a great experience for buyers and sellers alike. You can also support Casual Magic directly by going to our Patreon at patreon.com/ShivamB. And now, on with the show. Hello and welcome to Casual Magic, the show where we talk about the fun side of Magic the Gathering. My name is Shivam, Bhatt, and Casual Magic is brought to you by Architect, Quiver, and Monopool, as well as my Patreons at patreon.com/ShivamB. Today I have a episode that's been requested for, years or something, and we just kind of never got around to it. I have brought back a guest who has never been on this show before. Truly, I've never had him here, or at least for the first time this specific season, I guess. Ben Wheeler, my partner in crime for my other show. Hey, Wheels, how's it going?
Pretty good. Am I the most recurring? Okay, that's what I like to hear. That's my goal.
For episode 300, Tim Willoughby went and actually looked at every single episode of Shivam Wheeler, of Casual, to just tally up how many guests I've had and who the most was. And I believe the top were you, followed by Gavin.
Okay.
And then I think it was either like Ethan or Tappy or something like that.
Pretty good company.
Yeah.
I gotta say.
It's like you and Gavin are, I think, the pretty clear front runners.
I am budget store Gavin. I can talk shop, but without the same kind of authority or pedigree behind me.
Yeah, it's like you also don't get to make the cards.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair, Gavin is like Rosewater Light in that you can literally stick a microphone in front of either of them and say, "Give me an hour on cucumbers," and boom, you're there.
Yeah, maybe that's the tying thread here, is that I similarly don't shut up. Like I can yap, man. I'm a known yapper.
I mean, it's almost as if we have an entire podcast of multiple hour length episodes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gracious me. But no, I have brought Wheels onto Casual instead of just Shivam and Wheeler Love Magic because of the fact that I wanted to talk about things that we don't normally get to talk about on the other show. Because like that show, we pick a set and we just talk about every card. Mm-hmm. So I was like, you know what, Wheeler, when I invited you on the first time, like literally 6 years ago or whatever, I wanted you to come on to talk about Canlander. And the Canlander has grown a lot and is like really, really kind of like blossomed. And also my other latest passion, Cube. And since I know that you are an aficionado of both Canlanders and cubes. I don't know if anybody's ever made a Canlander cube. I'm sure somebody has.
They have. That's something we don't have time to get into.
I'm like, I don't know how that would work, but
don't worry about it. It doesn't matter.
We can cover that on another one. But I thought it would be fun to have you just come on and just like shoot the breeze with me about like more holistic things instead of just individual cards.
Sure.
So, and like obviously in brief, one of the reasons I'm having you on for Canlander is because literally you were one of the guys who has helped promulgate the format and make it very popular in recent years. I don't think you're like directly related like on the council or anything anymore, right?
No, I'm on the council.
Are you?
Yeah, I think at this point I might. I mean, there's a chance that Spencer has been on the council longer than me. But there's a chance I might be number one, might be number two. Like I took some breaks.
Yeah,
I not necessarily from the format, just from
running
other things. Yeah, it turns out streaming, it's not a real job, but it does require an endless amount of time devoted to other things.
That's one of the things I learned from when I was on the CAG is that it's not like it wasn't a paying job or it wasn't anything, but it required me to have a very dedicated level of engagement with the format and paying a lot of attention to the exclusion of doing literally anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out running a format's hard.
Yeah, it's also something that it's just not what people expect it to be.
Yeah.
And the way that I've described it to people, and maybe this is a bit of a stretch, but you know how teenagers obsess about the smallest thing,
Yeah.
and how you as an adult are like, dog, this does not matter. Like you
Yeah.
want to tell them it does not matter. This is it, like you this is everything, your entire world right now, and you're freaking out. This means nothing. But you can't tell them that because that it's not helpful in any metric. And they need to discover this like 10, 15 years down the line, be like, damn, I can't believe I made such a big deal out of this. And they're like, you know what? When I have kids, I'm going to tell them it's not that big of a deal. And then they realize they can't do it. And it's this vicious cycle. That is format curation and cultivation. It's just a lot of people being like, this is the most important thing in the world you need to address. You need to approach dealing with the format, be it one with a points list, be it one with a band list, whatever like this. And
Mm.
I mean, I've been doing this for what, 15 years now, maybe longer. And I want to be like, no, it actually isn't about that. Like
Nope.
it's never actually about the data or the win rate. It's all about vibes. It's
Yeah.
all about enjoyment. And like, that is really hard to track. It's really hard
Boy.
to look at
Boy, is it.
that in objective terms. So then it's frustrating to like communicate that to
Yeah, it's
people.
like, of these 700,000 Commander games that were played today, how many people stood up and felt, gosh, that was a good time? How do you measure that? Like, because that's literally the only measurement that matters is, do you want to play again? Do you want
Yes.
to have a good time? Did you like just, was that cool? Right. And
Right.
that's one of the things just annoys the hell out of me. It's like, you cannot quantify good times.
Do you feel like you got value out of your engagement and involvement with
And the
the
time you
game
spent.
and the time, and like, yeah, it's
It's like,
so funny, especially for something like Canlander or Commander, right? 100 card Singleton
Mhm.
formats, so it's different every single time. Like
Well,
they're
it
just
should be.
it's just not well. Even the decks that look to I am a big fan of decks that do the same thing over and over again, but like once you get that going, there is a difference in how it's approached, right? I love counting to 10 and casting tendrils of agony, and I have my flow chart of how to do that, but I also have the like, ooh, I have to do it this way. That's kind of fun, right?
Yeah,
And
sure.
so even for decks like that, it's different, which makes it more infuriating because people are like, you should be on this card instead of this card because of this reason. And it's like, I don't think it matters that much. I
Like,
think
what
the
if I
amount,
just like the color of this card better?
yeah,
The
yeah.
saturation of yellows in this artwork just seems to speak to me more. Deal.
There are legitimately individual decks that I have declined to play because I don't like the way the cards look in the sleeves. Like
Yeah.
I'm like and it's not even like a color combination. It's just like, there's a lot of weird oranges and yellows in the colors of this, and I have these like red sleeves, and it just kind of looks, it
Dude.
looks like a sunburn, and I'm you know, I'm the premier sunburn pilot of the format here, and even then I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
I mean, that's the thing. Is like one of my favorite decks of all time is my Hapatra deck. I talk about it a lot, but the thing is like the way that all the cards look and like the way that the art and the lands and everything kind of go together just makes it feel dusky and dirty and kind of like dim and blotted out, because that's just what the art of Shadowmoor and like Amonkhet block and stuff looked like. And so like collectively it's a very dreary looking deck. But and they're like cards that are like, this is objectively better for your Potter deck. I'm like, yeah, but it is too bright and vivid for the like the ambiance that I get when I flip a card off the top. I don't know, but like, how do you educate vibes? You don't. You just this is just
You
feel
don't, man. Vibes are so important. It's a hobby, dog. Like
Yeah,
I am one of the lucky few to make a full-time living off of just playing cards and talking about playing cards. And it's, let me tell you, it's vibes. I should be one of the most invested people in just like grinding the numbers to
Right.
be as efficient as possible. And maybe that's a part of the fact that I hate the idea of accruing money. I don't know if you know this about me. I hate spending money, but even more, I hate making a lot of money. So I just store it away like a squirrel, and then in 20 years,
behind the scenes of Wheeler.
20 years, you're gonna hear me be like, "All right, I'm going to the woods. I'm retiring." Like, how'd that happen? We're like, well, because I spent the only thing I bought was German foils. Bye. And then I'll come down from the mountains to like be like one German copy of Universes Beyond Daytona 500, please. And then I'll go back into the woods, man. Like, yeah.
Oh my God, Daytona 500.
I don't know. I had to pick something.
Daytona 500. Yeah, it's got the special limited edition Tom Cruise.
Sure, why not?
Oh my God. You know what we need? We need something like, like University Beyond Puzzle Quest or some crap.
Puzzle Quest.
Plants versus Zombies. But anyways, like, so, because one of the shows that you do, like, one of the other things you've got your North 100 podcast, and relatedly the North 100 Canlander Showdown.
The Showdown, a Canadian Highlander Throwdown.
A Canadian Highlander lengthy pause.
Down.
One of my, like, honest to God, one of my favorite just pieces of Magic content to throw on when I'm doing something and enjoy listening to my friends talk.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, like, I don't watch a lot of Magic content because I'm either too busy making Magic content or trying to do anything else.
Yep.
Except for two things, and those are LSV's Cube videos and the Canadian Highlander Throwdowns, because they're just soothing in the right way. Like, I don't want to watch Commander players. I really, really can't. I can't. It drives me crazy. But like Canlander, it's fun and it's chill and we're trying to kill each other and there's no nonsense. It's just
I love it. I mean, I like 1v1. I mean, it's funny to say as a member of the Commander format panel. I mean, I just like
the two of us to sit there and say, yeah, we like 1v1 Magic.
Yeah. Well, I like Commander too. I like to dick around, but
sure.
I grew up playing 1v1. I can you believe it? I grew up, but I grew wide is what happened. I was playing.
You know what? I will say this right now. People do not understand how tall Wheeler is. Wheeler is ridiculously tall. Like, he does not look it on camera because he's always sitting, but then he stands up and you're like, dude, this guy keeps going. I am
a large man. Like, I'm a fat guy, but I don't think I've ever, even when I wasn't fat, I've had the way that I've described it is I look like a 1950s cartoon version of what like a big guy would be.
You like if somebody drew you in like the Dennis the Menace cartoon comic style, it would be perfect. Like, I could totally see you being drawn like a Dennis the Menace character.
When I was skinny, I looked like a slice of pizza. Like and I wasn't skinny, but when I didn't have a stomach, and it was just like my shoulders were
just a big triangle.
The Pacific. My chest is like the Pacific Ocean. But it's also because loading ready run. I'm like the third or fourth tallest person,
which is
It depends on my posture, honestly.
It's wild. Like, every time I go there and I'm like, oh, look, it's all my friends looking normal height. And then Kathleen walks by. I'm like, oh, God. Oh, no. These people are actually just giants. It's like the BFG convention. You're like, what happened?
Well, it gets cold up here, bud.
Well, it's like, I mean, nothing will ever beat when I was in the Netherlands and I was talking to two Dutch judges and I'm like, God, you guys are tall. And like, well, yeah, we have to be able to see over the dikes. And I'm like, oh, you're like,
Mia cried. Anyways, that's going to get me. Anyways,
definitely know what's ending. So yeah, the point I was trying to get at is that like Canlander feels like the opposite of a vibe-based format, but every time I see people playing Canlander, even like competitive Canlander, still just feels so much less try hard than other, like, it feels like everybody's just relaxed, even in the most like tense competitive moments. Feels super chill. I mean, you Lotus. What's wrong with that?
The way I describe Canlander is that it is the Magic format equivalent of like rec league soccer or rec league basketball, where you have a bunch of people that like played in like college or university, or they played street ball or whatever, and they could have been pretty damn good. Like, a lot of Canlander players are like, I call them washed up grinders. But like, and like, you know, you're not playing for millions of dollars. You know, sometimes you're playing for dual lands or power or whatever. But like, you want the glory. Like, it's a format about glory, and because of that, some people are going to value. There will be people valuing, I want to win this with what I believe is the best deck, what everybody believes is the best deck, and I want to show that I'm the best at piloting it. Then there are other people that are like, yo, watch this. Right? Like, I definitely fall. I mean, I was in the first category for a long time, but I definitely fall in the second category of I'm like, Black Lotus is addictive, man. Like, I love me a Cart Clan Ironworks. Like,
dude, I watched you play Cube the other day, and you were like building the best Cart Clan Ironworks deck of all time with no Cart Clan Ironworks, and the deck did diddly squat for like an hour.
I got the content trophy with that bad boy. I went 2-1. That's good enough for me. That means I get another free play.
That's so funny.
Yeah, gave me my quarterback, man.
I mean, but the thing is, like, I have like, because there's two related questions. That one is, I rarely see a Canlander deck where people are actually playing Lotus because it costs like 7 points or something.
Yeah, it's 7 out of your 10 points. Yeah.
Like, or is it just like a gimmick when you do that?
Well, it's less of a gimmick, more of such a not intentional. It's so deliberate, right? Like, there are spreads where you're like, well, I'm a blue deck that's doing a bunch of blue deck controlling things. I'm going to play Ancestral Recall and like Mystical Tutor and Dig for time, right? And I'm going to try to cast Ancestral Recall as many times as possible. You have decks that are like, well, I'm proactive. I just want fast mana. So I'm going to just play Moxen. When it gets to combo decks, there are two kind of combo decks in my mind for the format. You have the like smorgasbord, which is all of my points are going to a variety of tutors, right? Mystical, demonic tutor, vampiric tutor, whatever. And then you have the like, I'm a combo deck and I'm trying to find that guy. And this could be like a Time Vault deck. Time Vault being 7 points. This could be a Thassa's Oracle deck, a Black Lotus deck, a Time Walk deck, you know, a Flash Hulk deck. Like, they'll spend the points on that big card and they are focused around using that big card, but that's it. And like, a part of this, they're super strong, right? Like, Flash Hulk is disgusting. The like Storm decks.
What do you normally get with Flash Hulk in a Canlander deck?
So there's a couple of spreads. One of the easiest spreads is you find there's a newer combo that uses Samwise Gamgee. It finds Samwise Gamgee, finds Cauldron Familiar, a sacrifice outlet in the form of Visceraseer or Carrion Feeder, and those alone create an infinite loop. But you get 2 extra mana for you to add to that, right? Because Protean Hulk dying lets you find 6. So the extra 2 could be used for something like Voice of Victory, which says your opponents can't cast spells on your turn. Could be used for Grand Abolisher, similar thing, bit more difficult to cast and has, you know, but also checks activated abilities. Or you can get real tricky with it and get Sylvan Safekeeper, which can sack lands to give a thing Shroud, and Ginger Brute, which just so happens to be a 1 mana creature that is also a food, meaning that if you sacrifice it and somebody tries to kill something on the stack, you have a food already in play that you can then yeah. There's some variety in it. So,
dude, the Samwise food combo makes me so happy. Like, that's one of those things I keep like, I built a black-green food deck, and then I found that combo, and I was so mad because I'm like, now I have to go get an Abzan food deck. What the hell, dude? But it's good. It's so perfect. Like, any time you can go infinite with Cauldron Familiar, I'm a happy camper. But like, because I was thinking, like, if I was going to play Black Lotus, you would want it to be in a deck where you don't need any of the other cards that have points, right? Like, and that would
you get
like,
3 extra.
Like a mono green deck, like a mono green stompy deck. I could see running like Lotus and then using the other points on like, I don't know, Minskin Boo or something. Minskin Boo, Emerald, and like Lotus.
Well, so Black Lotus is 7 out of your 10
Emerald
points,
and Emerald is 3. So
Emerald is 3, yeah.
And
there are some aggressive decks like mono black aggro, like the I guess TikTok kids would call it unalive aggro now. They run like Black Lotus plus Moxjet. That's it, because they're like, dog, it doesn't matter. My cards suck. I just need to get them out ahead of schedule.
Right? They're all just a bunch of like 1 or 2 drops that have overstated power and kill you.
Right. They're trying to high roll. And that's groovy. My preferred Black Lotus decks are the ones where I get to repeatedly play it or play it multiple times. So I play a lot of eggs, or used to, but now I actually rebuilt it. I started playing it again. I love it. It's just, I am frustrated. I'm like an old man back out on the pitch, and I'm like huffing and puffing and be like, God, I'm not as svelte as I used to be. I don't remember all these stupid lines of like, actually, Salvager's KCI Rings of Bright Hearth Mox Opal is a more efficient combo, as you're likely, that kind of thing. Or Storm, like Demonic Tutor Black Lotus Storm, which might not even be the most optimal version of the Black Lotus Storm list, but that's like near and dear to my heart, man.
That feels like a cube deck.
Yeah, it's so addictive, because with the Unworld Breach version, this is definitely the vibes talking. This is the old man talking. Like, I think it's actually pretty comparable in terms of like how, you're like, if you're marking every single archetype on a scale from 0 to 100 for most, for how likely they are to win a tournament or whatever. Like, I think it's within a couple of points, but it's just, when you play the Black Lotus Demonic Tutor deck with all these tutors, I just love drawing for the turn and going, oh, I can win. And my brain does it for me. Like, I draw and I feel it's like the click, not to quote Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. I get the click. And when I get the click, oh, brother, it feels good. Like, it's just, especially if I can't see it right away, right? Like, I draw something and my brain's like, you did it, Ben. I'm like, huh?
Did what?
Like, did what? What do you mean? And then my brain's like, you idiot, it's this. I'm like, oh my God, great. Sure. Right? Hell yeah.
It's funny. It's like, there's been times when I've been cubing, because like with Cube on Arena, I've played so much Cube on Arena. It's so good. But like, you would sit there and you're like drafting, and you need like one card to like, finish this like combo or whatever you've been building. And you're just like, you open that third pack and it's right there. And you're like, hell yeah, let's go. And you're about to slam it and realize next to it is like power. And then you're like, oh, damn it.
Well, Cube's another format that is like such a vibes based format. Like, you see, there's discourse about this, as there is all the time, but like, there are definitely players that draft by numbers, by a metric, right? But like, even accomplished Cube players, people that, I don't think I'm the best, but I think if I sat down and decided to draft to win, like, it's nothing. I'm cleaning up some people, right? But like, that's not where my priorities are, man. Like, I mean, in one hand, I'm also putting on a show, but on the other hand, I'm like, hey, check this out, right? Like, I draft Cube the way that I play like Street Fighter. It's like, it's like, I'm like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if this worked? And then I do it. I'm like, damn, it worked. Oh, I got their ass. I hit them with the hard read. And like, I don't know. It's not to start mixing analogies, but it's like grappler brain, man. I got grappler brain for Magic the Gathering. It's great.
Flowchart. Let's go.
It's great, man.
Where the hell was it? This is a problem. This is why casual is a little bit harder of a show and easier of a show than Shivam and Wheeler, is that we don't have a plan here. So it's like, let's just chill off the conversation. And then it's like, oh,
you get two guys with ADHD that are just stream of consciousness spewing whatever comes out. And it makes for a good show, but also makes for like oh, right, we had things to talk about.
Yeah, it's like, wait, where was I? Like, let me unwind the topic. But so with Command, with like the fact that like there's all these cards coming out all the time that are very, very powerful, and Canlander being an internalized format,
it's more of an embalmed format, actually.
An embalmed format. See, that's a magic joke for you kids out there.
Yeah, there we go.
Like, do you ever feel that the the old powerhouse things that were like on the points list or whatever feel like they shouldn't be, or like they're just like
Yeah, sometimes we have gone through some pretty drastic changes in the past year or so, kind of reevaluating what it means to be a pointed card, and there have definitely been former Titans shifting, former cards that people are like. It's so funny too to see like the young on the. When I say young, I don't mean this in any, like, not trying to be condescending or belittling, but like in my mind, it's like if you've been playing Canlander for like 5 years or so, like you're still young,
You're
but
still new.
it's only because I've been playing this format for like 20 years, right? Like, or it's been around for 20 years.
But like you look at like a merchant scroll, for instance, which is like just a boring tutor from like Homeland or whatever. And I always find it funny. It's like it's a Homeland card that's painted.
Scroll's a great example because we took scroll off the list, being like, scroll is kind of stuck in gay baby jail. Like nobody wants to play it at a point, yada yada yada. And then we set it free. And turns out a card that could find Ancestral Recall, Mystical Tutor, Force of Will, and Flash is pretty messed up, even at 2 mana. Especially when like finding Force Will to protect your combo, or finding Force Will because you're a proactive strategy that has already got your Ancestral Recall going. Pretty busted, right? Protecting like a Comet, Stellar Pup, or an initiative creature behind a Force Will.
Comet is such a wild card.
Yeah, I hate that card. Least that is my least favorite card in Magic the Gathering. I typically
you've said this before, but why? What did Comet do? I think the card's fun.
No, dog. It's so
dog. Actually,
no,
it's the doggiest of dogs.
It's just so random, man. Like it's random in a way that is uncompetitive. Is what I mean.
Okay, fine.
And I don't mean uncompetitive in the sense that you're not going to win matches with this card, because trust me, you will. It's just the way that it introduces variance is not a way that really jives with how Magic the Gathering plays. There are different kind of games that have this sort of variance, this sort of selection. And if Comet was introduced, or a card similar to Comet was introduced in that, you'd still have people complaining like, oh, I can't believe you rolled the 6 or whatever. But like that's a part of that culture, and that's part of that, like that game, right? That game system. Can I swear on this show? No. What the hell is this card doing in the game? Like I like the idea of rolling dice for a stupid dog. Like it's a planeswalker that just happens to be a dog,
right?
And so you just get to, it doesn't know what it's doing, right? And like that is cool. There's a way to make that cool. Why is this so juiced? Why? Like it's so funny that it's chasing a squirrel until you realize it's at 7 loyalty with 2 blockers.
It's insane.
Or it's like, oh, he's digging in the graveyard for something. And that something can be
Ragavan,
Ragavan, Ancestral Recall, Lightning Bolt, Balance.
It just says a card with mana value. It doesn't even say like a specific like creature, or like it would make sense if it was a creature because you're digging up a bone. I get it, but it's like it's a card. It's a raw dog. Like you want to get that time walk out of the yard. Let's go. Okay,
buddy. God forbid they roll. The amount of times that I've had somebody roll a 6 and then roll another 6 and then roll, like I think the most I've had is 5 6s.
Ugh.
And it's like, yeah, but that's once in a, however many times. It's like, well, that doesn't matter. I just need one negative experience like that. Not just negative, just like one experience like that to be like, oh, this is Satan. This card is Satan. It's just like, at least when somebody like Collector oofs me and I'm playing artifacts, or they opposition agent me and I'm just trying to rampant growth or whatever.
Sure.
Like there is purpose to what they are doing. This card, they're like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if nothing mattered? Roll some dice. Like it's just.
And then at the end of the day, it's just like, whoops, I rolled a 5 and now you're just getting nugged for 12.
Yeah, man. Love it when they roll a 6 into a 2 or a 1 into a 5. Cause it's like they roll a 6, it goes up to 6 loyalty. They roll a 1 or 2, it goes up to 8 loyalty.
And you get a couple of squirrels.
And they get 2 squirrels. And then they roll a 4 or 5. And then I take 8 and then I take another 2. So I've taken 10 damage.
God bless Boros.
And they
Let's go.
still have their planeswalker, and they still have these stupid squirrels, dog.
And Comet gets triggered 2 more times this turn because of 6, which
Right.
not only gives you the plus, but it says you can activate his loyalty twice more.
Yeah, man, roll some more dice. Why not?
Well, I mean, I guess we would have already done that within the. Anyway,
We already did that, but what if they throw in another 6? Sure, live a little. Why not?
What if we've got like a veil that you just
really glad that this card doesn't have an acorn on it. Just that's what we needed. We needed.
It's funny to me that like this is the exact kind of card that unsets were made for. The kind of card that's like, this is supposed to be funny for like casual play formats or whatever. And suddenly this thing's like a plague in vintage and vintage cube and like all these
yeah, it's the kind of card that they don't include in vintage cubes that often, because it's a combination of it's just it's an uncompetitive. I mean, I use the term uncompetitive in the context that other games typically use. Like
it just makes it very one-sided. And
yeah,
like deterministic.
It's just not the experience a lot of players are looking to get, and yet it was printed in a way to try and get as many people to experience it. And then, unfortunately, because of the nature of Canadian Highlander, you got to run into it. If somebody comments me in vintage, and I've had it happen before, I basically I go like, oh my god, I can't get away from this dog, but also it's kind of funny because it's vintage, right?
Yeah, it's vintage. You could be doing anything, and this is the thing you chose. Okay, let's go.
Cube or Canlander, I look at comment and I go, this is why I'm trying to ignore my opponent and just storm out. I don't want to deal with this. Keep your Johnny over there, dog. Nice Barrowgoyf. I'm going to be doing something else. Like, I legitimately think that I'm lucky that I loved and played combo back when the creatures weren't so annoying. And now that I being a mid-range player has got to be suffering, right? Like,
yeah, it is.
Just,
Let me tell you,
I don't know
as a mid-range player,
how much fun can you really have slamming your Riddlers against each other? Well, I mean, I had a lot of fun doing that as a 20-year-old, but like, I'm good, man. I'm going to be casting some Cabal Rituals over here.
You know what? I don't know though. Like in Cube, the aggressive creatures have gotten so much. They're so good and so much fun now that I'm like, I just want to turn like Ocelot Prides and Johnny sideways and just like go. I mean, it feels real cool. It feels real good when you did do that. But you know what? It was surprising to me. My favorite Cube archetype ended up being Shield-Ridden Wheels, and it's just like, honestly, it turns out all I actually really want to do is just have a Shieldred, a couple of like Time Twisters and Wheel of Fortunes, and like a Hull Breacher. And I just want to sit and stop you from doing things and spin the wheel.
That's great because it has a big like that feels like something that they would have thought about in alpha.
Yes. Yes.
Right? Like it is the evolution of Black Vise.
Yeah, or like Underworld Dreams.
Or whatever. Yeah, exactly.
Wheel of Fortune Underworld Dreams is something I would have done in middle school. And being able to do it in Cube and have it actually be a reasonable thing to do feels rad.
Hull Breacher I'm less of a fan of.
Hull Breacher is just there because I don't love that card. I mean, honestly, I hate that card. But it's Cube and they're going to be doing things to me that I also hate, right?
Yeah. I mean, Cube is an experience where somebody's going to lose in spectacular fashion.
Yeah, and it's always weird when like two Cube decks run into each other and like counter their big plays and then just sputter out and play off the top of their deck.
That is something that I love about some versions of Cube and Canadian Highlander. I always refer to it as it's like a haymaker boxing match. It's like an episode of like Hajime no Ippo. Like it's just you're trading these massive blows and you're just tired after the first 4 turns. And so what really, closes the match is you're like Lotus Cobra. And your opponent's like, oh no, I don't have a blocker and I'm at like 6.
Yeah, or you just died like a Staff of the Storyteller token or something.
Yeah, sure, why not? Like vintage is very much like this as well, right? Like you get people have this idea of vintage like it's a bunch of turn 1 kills or whatever. It's like, no, it's just a bunch of people slamming at each other and then you're like, wait a minute, this Phyrexian Revoker attacks for 2.
Well, dude, I've seen so many vintage games where it's like, one person tries to do like their one play and like, I'm going to put out a Mox, and then they're like, well, I'm going to daze it and I'm going to counter it. And you end up wasting all of your resources trying to fight over this one like first turn play or whatever. And then the game is, well, I'm going to attack you with this one Eldrazi spawn that I got from somewhere.
Right.
Or Eldrazi, like, I don't know, whatever it is, random, like garbage 1/1, like
so many
elemental
orc
token.
armies, dog. So many orc armies that are like 2/2s or 1/1s.
It's just like, well, I'm going to win eventually somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I want to tilt to shift over to Cube for 1 second.
Sure.
Or 30 seconds, I don't care, whatever. There's a question I've been chewing on a lot that I didn't know who else to ask. And you
Pack
do
one, pick one, Soul Ring or Black Lotus? Because I'm starting to gear towards Black Lotus some more, but go on.
It just depends on how I'm feeling that day. But
I mean, honestly, yes. Yeah.
But no, it's more than that. Like, what if your pack one, pick one is like Power or Lotus or Soul Ring or something, and like your pack 2, they pass you like a Mana Crypt, and then you're in pack 3 or in pick 3. How do you decide what direction you're going in when your first 3 picks are just generically powerful? Because like Cube is not something where you can just draft for fun. You have to draft with a goal,
right?
And I mean, so like, what do you get in these situations? I don't know what to do. Like, where do you go when you draft a Mox Chat?
If your first couple of picks are powerful, proactive, like mana accelerants, then you are often just best staying the course. Like either taking more of those mana accelerants, just like at a lesser rate, and looking to work on. I mean, I love a Pentad Prism, dog. Like, just and play off the synergies of like, I have all this fast mana, they also happen to be artifacts, I'm golden. Or you look for a card where you're like, what am I most terrified of my opponent playing ahead of schedule? Right? Or what would they be most terrified for? Like, there's an endless amount of like really powerful proactive threats that you can play out. And especially if you have fast like Soul Mana or Black Lotus, it changes like what you can consider. Like, I've had drafts where I have had that happen where like I first pick a Soul Ring or a Mana Crypt or whatever, and then I get a Mox, like, and then like a Chrome Mox comes around or a Mox Diamond. I'm like, okay, well, I got the mana. What am I looking for? Yeah. I get a pack and I see like a Teferi 5 or something, and I look at everything else. I'm like, like, yeah, maybe it's better if I just use this mana to cast like 2/2 drops or whatever. Yeah. But like, it's so dope if I just cast this Teferi ahead of schedule, or if I cast like an Othari or whatever.
Othari is such a weird card to me.
Yeah.
Like, I hate that card. Like, any of these, like, isn't Othari the one that makes you do the evidence? No, that's the one from Othari is the one from the Phyrexia Commander.
Yeah, Othari's the rebel one.
Yeah, there's that other like evidence Phoenix that I just don't understand at all.
Oh, the Lamplight Phoenix?
Yeah.
Yeah, something. No, that one's not. Oh, or Detective's Phoenix?
That's
the you collect evidence to bestow it. That card's disgusting. But
Othari's hella good. Like the 5 mana, just flying lifelink caster that gives you experience counters and rebels.
Yeah, you gotta kill the Othari, and then you gotta kill the rebels, or kill the Othari before they get the rebels, and it's real gross.
Yeah, because it's just like it. And similarly, you open up a cube pack and you're like, all right, I'm gonna get like power, I have a goal or something, and you get like a bunch of just like 8th pick cards or whatever, and it's like, oh, what do I like? Do I just take the flame jab? What am I doing here? What's a flame slash? Or like, it's so hard to, if like with cube, especially more than any other draft, if I don't get like my first pick doesn't have like a direction, then I kind of end up spinning my wheels. Like, I'm like, oh, I want to like, how do you get into Reanimator, for instance? Do you take the creature first or do you take the reanimation spell first?
It depends. There are certain reanimated spells that you see early on and you're like, okay, well, I could be casting actual factual reanimate on an Atroxa and I'd be happy, or I could cast it targeting like a Flicker Wisp and I'd be happy, right? Like cards like that, or Animate Dead, that they can pick your opponent's graveyard as well. That's like a common.
I forgot that Animate Dead lets you get that from your opponent.
Oh yeah,
it feels so good to pick their pocket, man. It feels
so cards like that are double duty, and like a reasonable cards to pick up and then kind of pivot into it. you could find yourself being like, okay, Troll of Khazad-dûm or like Oliphant is the best card here, right? Because it's mana fixing that also has some flexibility, and then you end up with like a couple of those, and then you see like a Necromancy, and you're like, wow, it's pretty cool if I Necromancy back this, and yada yada yada. Or if you see like like an Archon of Cruelty, right, or an Atraxa, and you're like, okay, well, if I pick this up, I can look for more reanimation cards, but I could also look for stuff like Sneak Attack and Through the Breach. I can look for like Flash or just big mana or Natural Order in the term with Atraxa in mind.
Right. I found I was drafting one day, and I was like, you know what? I really want to play the Flash deck. I don't want to throw out a Torsten and everything. And I started putting together the pieces. I got like, you know, I had Natural Order. I had Atraxa, the what's the one with the W that comes into play and smashes things?
Woodtraxa.
Woodfall Prime Woodtraxa. And I had Torsten.
Oh my God, is that
Woodtraxa? Woodtraxa. Yeah, of course. I remember that Mario game.
Yeah.
Anyways, the point was though, like Flash never showed up, but just the draft kept incidentally feeding me like, oh well, here's, you know, Life Death, and here's Reanimate, and here's like, I'm like, oh well, I guess I have a Reanimator deck then. Why not? Let's go. And it ended up being like, okay, well, how to make a cool like greenish blackish Reanimator, and it ended up winning a lot of games. So I was like, all right, let's go.
That's the beauty of Cube, is that it's like there's never really a single correct answer, right? And like, because sometimes you can have a deck and you're like, I've heard people say this is the worst. Like this happens to me with green all the time. I love green in Cube. I love green X, like lower to the ground decks in Cube. And green is often seen as the worst color. It is certainly the worst color once you go outside the core green cards. Like there are vintage cubes where they aren't color balanced, because there's like
blue exists.
Well, it's just like blue card, 51 to 100 is so much better than green card 51 to 100. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, but like, I love the green decks where I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to kill them with Scythecat Cub and Bristly Bill and like, Asika's Chariot and Gaia's Cradle and Hex Drinker. Like I like those decks because I feel like I get a lot of those pieces late. And that's not something that like a drafting by numbers strategy will tell you to do, right? It'll be like, these cards aren't very high up in like a top 50. Green's the worst color, so you're already kind of putting yourself at a disadvantage. But it's sometimes you're like, oh, I should be in green instead of necessarily trying to force something else. That's not always the case. The Arena Cube's a good example where they have color balanced it. And because of that, the worst Boros card is like better than the best green card.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it is.
I hate Boros, man. I hate Plateau so much, not just because it's what happened to my career, but it's just I hate the like Ragavan, Ajani, Ocelot, Pied, Goblin, but it's not brain dead. No Magic the Gathering deck truly is, but there are certain color combinations or strategies that get that. They have that reputation, but like, I don't know, man. Just like a Johnny Nicottle Pariah with Goblin Bombardment feels like I'm cheating, and it goes against all sensibilities that I like grew up on, right?
But the thing is, like, I got I had a deck which had Ocelot Pride and then a Johnny, and I was like, oh my god, Ocelot Pride makes cats, a Johnny loves cats. This is absurd. Yeah. And then Goblin Bombardment, I'm like, oh, I'm in heaven now. This is the most one ever.
Yeah. You can kill people dead, dog. Like, okay, it's brutal.
So for giggles, I sent you a sample pack of the MTGO Vintage Cube.
Okay.
And I sent it to you on Discord because I'm just like, I wanted to see what it's like to have a pack where there's not a real clear, like, oh, it's not a Mox and it's not a Soul Ring or whatever. Like, here's a pack that's got like some weird cards in it. I was curious where you would go with this.
So this is a classic vibes pack, and I love it.
Yeah. So I'm just going to read this to the audience here.
Sure.
So we've got Quantum Riddler, which is the new card from EOE, we've got Relic of Sauron, which is taps to let you add 2 mana of any Grixis color, or pay 3 and tap to
It's the
draw
best
2 and
Sisay's
discard.
ring you've ever seen.
Yeah, it's like this card confuses me so much. I don't understand why it's here.
It's so good.
It costs so much. Soul Guide Lantern, Hymn to Turok, Fire Covenant, which is like a card I didn't even hear about until Cube just made it like huge.
Oh, busted. This card, I mean, Canlander players have been on the Fire Covenant train for, well, decades at this point. Like, this card it's a one-sided Wrath at instant speed.
Yeah, it's just so 1 black red for an additional cost, you can pay X life, and it deals X damage divided however you choose among any number of target creatures. So you can just pay life and just like nuke as many of their things as you want. It's nuts. It's nuts. Stomping Ground, Green Sun Zenith, Torsten, Lightning Greaves, Vodalian, Epicure, the one that
Voldaren. Voldalians are the Fallen Empire's merfolk.
Yeah. I'm still on Fire Covenant area. Elite Spellbinder, Cut Down, Through the Breach, Jason Prodigy, and Wheel. So my inclination would be like, I would look at this pack and be like, first off, I'd be disappointed. And then I'd be like, well, I guess I'm taking Wheel.
Yeah, this is a great example of like, I'm sure there are people that will gravitate towards very specific cards in here, right? Like Wheel of Fortune sets you up for a bunch of things. You could do the Storm deck. You could do the Fast Bond strategy. Like if a Fast Bond comes around, you could do the Shieldred strategy, big mana stuff. Like you can turn this Wheel for Reanimator, sneak attack stuff. Like you could turn this Wheel of Fortune to a variety of things. It's also from Alpha. That's a pretty good sign. Like cards from Alpha, they're really strong.
Turns out.
and if you find one in your pack, like, yeah, it's pretty reasonable pick. Quantum Riddler, this card's really cool. It's powerful. You can synergize around it. It's hot new tech. I wouldn't feel too stupid taking the Riddler if I want to. If you're like Academy pilled, the Relic of Sauron is
explain this card to me. I've seen this in cubes and I do not get why it's here.
Right. Okay.
It feels from my perspective like the world's worst mono rock. It costs 4, it taps for just a couple of Grixis, and it lets you loot. Like sort of loot or something.
Okay, so in addition to being like a mana accelerant that can also just filter through cards if you have the classic problem of I've drawn nothing but mana in my big mana deck. Think about it this way. I play a Sisay's Ring and then pass the turn. What are you able to do on your turn?
Anything I want.
Anything you want. I play Relic of Sauron, and you're not worried about me interacting, right? And interfacing with all your cards.
Nope.
I play Relic of Sauron and I pass the turn. What are you going to do? Anything you want? You can. I got double blue up, dog. I got double red. I got blue red. I got blue black. I got double black.
Okay,
I can play my Mana Rock and hold up Mana Drain. I can play my Mana Rock and hold up a Go for the Throat or a Lightning Bolt or a Flash. Like,
but it costs 4.
But it pays for itself off by 2.
Yes,
and
I guess.
It lets you, but it also lets you cast an Impulse. You can cast a Mystical Tutor, a Vamp Tutor.
There's that.
It just happens to align with all these features that are not commonly put on Mana Rocks and allow you to play the game in a way that doesn't say like, oh, you played a Mana Rock, now you have to play more. Right? Like Sisay's Ring or even Thran Dynamo, right? Like that's a lot of colorless mana. You are expected to have like colorless payoffs. And Relic can do that as well. But you could also be like turn 4, Relic of Sauron, untap, land, play a 7-drop. And you also had counter magic up for that turn.
That's
like it's just, you can do some gross stuff.
It's funny because like one of the things playing a lot of Cube has taught me is that the cards that I would normally just absolutely love to death, like, Thran Dynamos or Mana Vaults or whatever, sometimes you're going to cut your Mana Vault. It's not going to do what your deck wants. Because, like, if you're playing a deck that's like, I don't know, very heavy color requirements or low to the ground, green or white, black, and white, red or whatever, having a rock that just gives you 3 colorless, do you even have any cards that need that?
Yeah, like so. I mean, there are a lot of red white cards that can get a little more expensive, and you'd probably draft to gauge toward that. Like you
Yeah.
get a mana vault, and you end up in Boros. Maybe you see like a glory
Goldspan
bringer,
Dragon. Yeah,
or like
exactly.
or you. I mean, you're playing fourth Aerolingus no matter what, but you're like, oh damn, I have this mana vault for this fourth Aerolingus.
Through the breach.
Hymn to Torak in this pack, people love. I've always been pretty low on Hymn to Torak. I'm a known Hymn to Torak hater. It's just,
I have too much. I have too much baggage from childhood to play him to rock.
I think I take Wheel of Fortune, and then I hope to see Through the Breach on the come around, or like a Stomping Ground, or Fire Covenant Relic of Sauron, like all these kind of things.
I don't know, cause like I guess this is the sort of pack where you open, you're like, well, what do I feel like? Like I think if I was going to do this, if I opened it, it would either be like Fire Covenant, because I know that's just a good card that's going to be in colors that are going to be fun to play. Wheel of Fortune, because I love the decks that Wheel of Fortune leads you to, are like some of my favorite things to do. One day I will own a Wheel of Fortune. I swear to God, I should have made that trade in 1995. I regret it still. And like, honestly, I am the exact kind of guy who would look and see a Torsten and be like, I think I'm going to spec. I think I'm going to just double down and see if we could do this and make the Torsten happen.
I mean, you could take the Through the Breach. This is a pack where I wouldn't really fault you for taking any. Maybe I think
Spellbinder would be a weird first pick.
No, dog, it's a white creature.
That's true.
That's a powerful white creature. Yeah, Soul Guide Lantern is the only one.
Or that card's a little like
Soul Guide or Green Sun Zenith. But even then, it's like, damn, Graveyard Hate. You can never have too much Graveyard Hate in Vintage Cube. And
God,
if you take the Green Sun, you see a Nadu, you wield the Lightning Greaves. I mean, that's the beauty of Vintage Cube. Cut Down is actually
Cut Down's kind of like that. That's like Cut Down is definitely a card that I play when I'm like, okay, I need a removal.
Oh, I actually had such a funny moment with this. I was talking to Angel about combo, and I'm playing combo in Canlander, and I'm like, I need a new removal spell. This is fresh off. I played Monday Night Canlander. I lost to an Esper deck with Aven Mind Sensor and stuff, and I'm like, I think I got it. Boom, I got it. I got the new removal spell that I'm going to play in my Black X combo decks. Disfigure. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, the 5 most annoying creatures for combo: Aven Mind Sensor, Opposition Agent, Orcish Brewmasters, Collector Oof, and Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. Disfigure kills all of them. And I was like, the only thing it doesn't kill is like Archon of Emeria. And like, obviously you can't kill a Skoos if they have mana, but who cares, dog? It does everything. If only it could kill Archon. I'm like, it can kill Hull Breacher. It's so good. And she's like, no. I'm like, what? What do you mean no? And she's like, just play Fatal Push. I'm like, no, Fatal Push. I don't always have Revolt. I need something. She's like, are you okay? So you don't play Fatal Push or Cut Down? And I'm like, well, I mean, Cut Down. What if I can't kill something with Cut Down? She's like, Cut Down literally kills everything you talked about.
Yeah. Right?
And I'm like, oh. All right, I thought I was cooking. I was too lost in the sauce.
Yeah, like when you get down to Disfigure, man, like you've dug too deep.
I call Aven Mind Sensor Idiot Bird. It's all, and just when the idiot bird gets you, and you lose because of it, you're like,
you feel so salty.
I've got to figure out something. Fatal Push ain't cutting it, man. You know what they need to do? They need to print a classic Magic player here. You know what Vendetta does?
Vendetta. So I haven't heard of Vendetta since like it's been a long time since
it's 1 black, kills a non-black creature, and you lose life equal to its toughness. Yeah, I love Vendetta. Can't kill Psychic Frog, can't kill Shieldred, can't kill Bowmasters or Opposition Agent. But I'm just begging, like, there's so many like 1-mana removal spells from back of the day where I'm like, this can kill Psychic Frog, this can kill Opposition Agent. I'm free now. I kill Ocelot Pride, whatever. That I'll say like, destroy target non-black creature, and you're like, no, man, I can't. I don't want to die to this stupid frog.
Oh my God,
I can't snuff out your frog, dog. I can't. Like,
yeah, I'm surprised they haven't made a free kill spell that's not snuff out. You know, I'm sure they have. Like, look, we understand Dismember exists. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you can't dismember the frog. They'll have enough cards.
Yeah, they will just,
and it'll be worth it.
And then they'll just ruin your life, and it'll just be over. Psychic Frog is one of those cards that I drafted and played wrong. because it
Yeah.
turns out if you're not like, when you've got a Psychic Frog, you've got to be willing to discard your hand and just be okay with that.
Yeah, that card's better than everything in your deck. I hate Psychic Frog so much, man. It is second only to Comet. It is, but that's a card that I hate but I love playing. Right? I dislike playing Comet, but when I play Frog, I mean, because I like blue and I like black, but like Frog, I'm just like, why is it so good? Why? When I was at Wizards somewhat recently, and this is where I break all my NDAs. When I was at Wizards, I was asked the question about what is my least favorite line of text on a card. Like, because I was talking to Corey actually about how often I've lost to Minsc and Boo Timeless Heroes. And he was like, what's my least favorite part about the card? And I said, it's the mana cost, but not because of the rate. Like, it being 4 mana doesn't really get to me, but I want it to be like green, red. Like I want commitment. If you're going to kill me, you got to commit, dog. That's what I love. And I've been using that line to think of like, what's my least favorite line of text on any Magic card. And I tend to just think about Magic cards as being cool and good. I don't know if you've heard of the show. We love Magic.
It's a pretty great game. That we do enjoy as a Magic.
The thing that gets me about Psychic Frog is that it draws when you hit Planeswalkers.
Yeah, that's just like come on,
what are
man.
we doing?
Like we've never had that line of text. It's like, look, you either hit creatures or Planeswalkers with whatever you're doing, or you hit the player. And when it's been a curiosity effect, you hit the player. Why are you getting cards off of a Planeswalker?
Yeah, don't hit my Planeswalker. Leave me alone.
You're picking its pocket with your tongue. What's going on, man?
Make a decision. We it popped up on there's like a small amount of time, like War of the Spark had a couple of these cards that did that, but that makes sense. That's a format built around Planeswalkers.
Sure.
Literally Planeswalkers fighting against the forces of Nicol Bolas or whatever. That makes sense to me, right?
Sure.
What the hell does this frog have against my Tezzeret? Like why what is this frog's like deal, man?
Look, you and I are both Carmen Clomparens enjoyer fans. We are big fans of her and everything she does. This is not it, Doug. This one is not it.
It's just the line, you know, and I'm empathetic to some of the stuff that drives them to make certain decisions.
Sure, but God, dude,
like I
gotta live with this.
Hitting a Planeswalker is just like
mean.
It's rude. Leave my Oko alone.
It's like, look, dude, you're already gonna like just like you know, chunk my Jace or whatever, and now you're just gonna take a card on top of that. Oh, it's so stupid.
I already feel like a dumbass for playing Elspeth or Gideon or a Garrick or whatever.
I have won a lot of games
2025
in 2025 though.
Oh, I mean I love Gideon Jura. I play that
Gideon
card
4 is so good.
Oh, Ally of Zendikar is pretty good. That card, yeah, it's like we collectively forgot that card like dominated Standard.
It was one of the most broken cards of its era. It was so good.
That card was like $50, man. Like it was good.
It won a lot of games.
Yeah, obviously, so different environment, but I won a lot of games off that card.
Yeah, so dude, I've played me a lot of Gideon.
I've played that card a couple of times.
You know what card makes me really happy and simultaneously always just like grinds my gears when it's against me? Voice of Victory. Like that card just showed up out of nowhere. And I'm like, okay, this card's cool. It's like 1/3 mobilize. I love that. Let's go. And then I always forget, oh, your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? What? Why are you? No. Because I'd be like, oh, I've got the removal spell. And they're like, no, you don't. No, you don't.
That's another card where I would love to, if that Magic card, mostly how it gets played, right? Like if it's like protecting your creatures from counter spells or targeted removal or whatever, fine by me. But a lot of the times, you know, I give the example of it in a Flash Hulk pile, right? I would much prefer seeing that card say like opponents can't cast non-creature spells, right? Like it's just the idea of like, you know, yeah, this is going to stop whatever magic spell, witchcraft, like, you know, it's a rallying cry that gets the army behind them. They'll never lose, right? To whatever you've got. But like, I don't know, if a big like wolf appears out of nowhere, it should probably be able to eat them up. right? Like it just let it gobble them up. That kind of thing. It's
I don't know. I
Yeah,
think one of my
anyways.
favorite things is just like how many random, like specifically commander based cards just end up being like insane powerhouses in cube, like pest infestation,
Ooh,
or
yeah.
what's one, the green black bog something, where you pillage the bog.
Yeah, but that's OTJ.
Oh, was that just OTJ straight up?
That's just OTJ straight up.
That card is nutter butters.
That card's pretty good.
The card is. I would like the first time I played it, and I'm like, "What do you mean? I get to look through like literally 16 cards?"
It is really funny though that they made a card called. Do you know Consult the Star Charts?
Yeah, that was isn't that the new dig through time or whatever?
It's from Edge, yeah. So Pillage the Bog, for people that don't know, is a black and a green sorcery where you look at the top X cards of your deck, where X is twice the number of lands you got. One goes to your hand, the rest on the bottom, and you can plot it for 3 mana. Pretty good combo card. Can have some like mid range, whatever. Like it does work. It's a weird case of like you're not always the most happy to draft it, but when you get it and you can cast it, especially after plotting it, you're like, oh my god, this feels like
gives
cheating.
you so
right?
many. It's such a ridiculous card.
And like you're like, but it's black green. Like it, usually blue gets this kind of thing. But I guess they made a black green because it'd be too good as blue. And then they made Consult the Star Charts, which is just look at the top X cards where X is number of lands you have. You put one in your hand, and if you kick it, you get 2 instead. And it costs 2 mana, and then kickered for another 2. And so it's like. It's not, twice X, but you're like, oh, so now it's mono blue, and it's also very flexible with how you cast it. Got it.
Yeah, but I don't care. The Pillage Bog is a card that just makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a cool card.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, dude. Cube has to be one of my absolute favorite ways to play. It's just being able to play all these cards out of context in weird ways. Like the fact that like Broadside Bombardiers is one of the best cube cards like of modern era is so funny to me.
Yeah, to you maybe. I hate that stupid.
That card just ruined your life.
Why is that card the way it is, man?
Why is it +2?
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean my treasures just shock people?
Yeah. Yeah, just +2.
And it's got menace and haste.
It's so weird because like I hate backseat designing cards. I'm really not here to do this, but because this is a card that I've talked to many wizards employees about before, where it's like it feels weird that it doesn't just say sack an artifact or creature, deals damage equal to its mana value to any target, but if the sacrifice permanent was a treasure, you deal 2 damage instead. Right? Like
yeah.
Because you treasure Ixalan, it's a pirate. It fills its gun with treasure, whatever. There's, there are the cannonballs, that kind of thing. Like that's literally the theme of the card is they like put whatever they can into the cannon to shoot them. And it feels very goblin-y to be like, they're trying to take our gold. Quick, fill the cannon with our gold. Like shoot it at them so they can't take our gold. Like it feels like a great way to tie it all together. And instead, I'm just losing to this dumbass sacrificing Archon of Cruelty or like a Fury or whatever.
The thing that's been most ridiculous to me, I had a game once where I had Gut and I had Bombardiers, and I go and I attack. I pitch one of my treasures or whatever to turn into a 4/1 skeleton with Gut. And then after the attack, I pitch the skeleton and it does another 2 points just because for the hell. Why not?
Yeah, why not, man? Why not?
Why
not, man?
Sure. Just like, sure, let's go. Okay, I've got one more pack and then we're going to call it. Because I love talking.
I don't remember how long this show, how many, what the duration of the show is.
It's about an hour and change.
I wholly assume that we would just keep going and not remember.
We will go until I look up and go like, oh crap.
Yeah, sure.
So in this pack I found interesting because it's got one of my all-timers in it. Renin 6 is the first card in it, which is just, I love a Renin 6.
Mm-hmm.
Commercial District, which is the red-green surveil land.
Yeah.
Ice Tail Explorer, which is the new play a land from your graveyard, or play an extra land each turn, and play a land from your graveyard, and whenever you landfall, you mill a card. So I'm like, this is just like why is it just every card in one?
That card is so good, man.
It's so good. Why is
so
it just
good.
like the entire deck in one card?
2025.
Yeah, Everflowing Chalice. If we're talking about not 2025, like
big cup.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Taiga, because like, dude, can I just take this whole pack? What the hell?
This pack's really good.
Yeah, Shallow Grave, Ancient Tomb, Kellen, the new Kellen Planar Trailblazer, who's the one from Foundation that levels up.
That one's pretty good.
Pyrogoyf, Bristly Bill, Imperial Seal, Jason Mind Sculptor, the Green Black Verge, and the Green Red Verge, Cecil Dark Knight. I didn't know that was in the Vintage Cube. That must be an older list. And then Galvanic Discharge, the Energy Lightning Bolt.
Did somebody accidentally shuffle their like green red Canlander deck into their cube?
Like this feels like the perfect landfall. This feels like my dream deck, right?
This is a deck you can build in Canadian Highlander. You start with a Taiga, you throw in a Pyrogoy for Bristlyville or Red and 6.
Man, this is like actually, yeah, this might be the Canlander deck I have to build, man.
I've got. You'd like the Gruul Lands mid range deck.
Yeah,
I think I would. You get to strip lock people, but you also just get to kill them with Minsc and Boo and Bristly Bill.
See, that's like all I want to do in life. That sounds great.
Canlander's pretty great. I will give my thoughts on this pack, but for those that haven't given it a try, highly recommend it, especially if you like Cube.
Oh yeah, an hour in, you want to give them the 10 seconds on Canlander?
Sure. 1v1. Competitive Singleton uses every card in the game as long as it's vintage legal, so no attractions or whatever. We don't have a ban list, we have a points list, which means that you can play Black Lotus, Ancestral Recall, Moxen, whatever, but you can't play all of them in the same deck. And if that sounds tempting, and you're like, well, where do I start? What's a deck you like to play? Like, think of your favorite Cube deck. Boom, you could build that. Like, it's Cube constructed. It's dope, man. You can just like build whatever you want. And like, I don't know, we're recording this on a Tuesday. I was at our weekly Canlander event last night. I fought 4 different decks. I don't think there was an overlapping archetype in the room, like out of 20 people or whatever. Like,
that's kind of nuts.
Like I fought an Esper Thoracle deck, a Gruul Monsters deck, so kind of what you were enticed by without the lands package. Esper like gotcha cards, like Esper like had some flash creatures, some really powerful mid-range threats, some hand attack, that kind of thing, and 4-color food time sieve. Like, and I played Sultai Eldrazi Tinker. Like,
what, dude? This feels like you're just grabbing words out of a sack.
I know, it's great, and dude, people are just jamming. There was, man,
Sultai Eldrazi Tinker.
Yeah, you had Grixis Reanimator mid range, Orzhov Aristocrats. What else was people? We had Mardu tokens. We had 4-color Spellseeker combo, mono red goblins, Jeskai tempo. Like, you could do anything, man. It's great.
Yeah.
And anyways, play Canadian Highlander. It's so much fun. There are meetups at every Magic Con, and like you won't regret it.
I mean, look, people are like, yeah, but it's got mocks and things. Like, yeah, look, dude, if you're playing like just normal games of Canlander, it is as proxy friendly as CDH is.
It is the most proxy friendly format you will find. Nobody gives people, and to the point where like maybe it's the Canadian part, but also people are like, oh, you need to borrow a Mox there, eh? Yeah, sure. Here you go. Have one. Just make sure to get it back to me whenever you remember. Like it's like the number one thing a Canlander player wants is an opponent.
Yeah, right.
We will do anything to get that to happen.
It's like the early days of Commander, where you're like, a Commander player doesn't walk around with a deck; they walk around with a pod in their pocket, and they're just like, "Hey, you want to play Commander? Here, let me just pull the table out."
It's also just like a community I'm so proud of, not just because like it's so diverse and there are players all over the world of all walks of life, but also just like you get the people that are like, "Yeah, I started playing Magic a couple of years ago. I stumbled onto Canlander, and now I've bought in Moxen," but also. You get people like MagicCon Vegas in the last summer. We're at the Canlander meetup. somebody walks up, puts down a giant trophy in the shape of some fish, and is like, anybody want to find a match? And they had just come from winning the like big Dan tournament at MagicCon. And the first thing they wanted to do was, well, I won this event. Oh crap, the Canlander meetup's on. They immediately came to jam Canlander. Like, it's just, for people that like pre-modern, for people that like dual commander, CDH or whatever, Cube, it's like community run formats are the future of Magic the Gathering.
Honest to God, I think that is like, if you take all of my philosophy in one, it's that Magic is better when it comes from the bottom up. When it comes from like the groundswell of people are like, hey, this is a cool way for us to do a thing. Let's just go and jam games because this is fun.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
and the Canlander basically started by a combination of somebody who was on vacation or traveling for school or whatever, came back home, was like, have you heard of this format called 5-color? Or I think they later called it prismatic. And we were like, that sounds fun, but that's too many cards. Let's cut it. And also that, and being like, damn, don't you hate how extended rotates? We should be able to play our extended cards, somewhere. And now you tell that to a newer player, or even a player that's been playing for 10 years, and they're like, what's extended? What is 5-color? Like, what are you talking about?
Well, you remember when LSV went 16-0 with an Elves deck in extended? No, what the hell is extended?
No, what are you talking about, man? What is that, like modern? Anyways, this pack?
This pack.
I'm taking Pyrogoyf.
Really?
Yeah, so there are a couple of cards that stand out to me. I'm an Imperial Seal hater.
I think I don't like Imperial Seal or Vampire Tutor. What a Vampiric Tutor?
Vampiric Tutor. Oh, I like Vamp Tutor.
I guess because Vamp is an instant, right?
Vamp's an instant. Yeah, I'm looking at my Imp Seal on my desk right now. I hate this card, and I begrudgingly play it because, well, it is still a sorcery speed Vamp Tutor.
Yeah.
But not what I'm looking to do. There's Ancient Tomb, which is fast mana. This card's broken. Goes in a variety of decks, but at the same time, like, you need to really you don't need to commit, but like, you're basically just like playing this card and be like, I'm going to be proactive.
Right. Because if you're not, you're dead.
Yes. And then Pyrogoyf.
What do you think about City of Traders, actually? I'm curious. Because City of Traders is one of those cards, it's a one that it taps for 2 mana, but if you play another land, you have to sacrifice it.
Worse than Ancient Tomb.
I don't like that card very much, but it shows up in Cube a lot.
Yeah, it's the kind of card where, like, a Cube is not a format where you can really talk about absolutes, but like, there are very few decks where I'm playing City of Traders and I'm like, I'm glad this is City and not Ancient Tomb. And also very few decks where I'm playing City of Traders and not Ancient Tomb. Right?
Fact.
It's the kind of card I feel like I pick up after I've picked up Ancient Tomb or drafted a Soul Ring or a Mana Crypt or Mana Vault, and I'm like, oh, I'm looking for fast colorless mana. I hope I get the City or a Workshop or whatever.
Sure.
But yeah, Pyrogoyf, single red pip. It does so much damage. It ends games, kills things on the board. It's splashable.
I think one of my favorite things about Arena Cube is that they put Pyrogoyf in and then they put in a bunch of other random goyfs just to make the Pyrogoyf trigger more. Like Necrogoyf and Barogoyf and whatever. Yeah, they're fine by themselves.
Necrogoyf is in the Arena Cube.
No, there's what is a 1-drop one?
Nethergoyf.
Nethergoyf, not Necrogoyf.
Yeah. They have Baro, Tarmo, Nether, and Pyro. They could have Necro is the like madness one.
Yeah, actually that would be funny.
It's not the worst. I could see you playing it in like a
you could play an Oops All Goyfs cube deck, which would be really funny.
It's not. There is like a pretty good black red, like, I'm discarding cards and maybe I have reanimate cards, but you don't. This also speaks to the strength of Pyrogoyf, is like, it's a card that you're totally okay reanimating.
Yeah.
But also you can cast it. And so that's a deck that's like, yeah, if I get like an Archon, I'll play like exactly Archon, or maybe I'll have a reanimator package. But I don't feel stupid about drafting Animate Dead or Animate Dead or Reanimate, because like, yeah, I'll bring back my Shieldred, my Pyrogoyf, my my Gut or my Broadside. Like, yeah.
I love a Shallow Grave. But so here's a question. This is like one of the most Shivam coded packs you're going to find in a while. What card do you think I would pick first out of this?
Guy like you? I could see you picking Ice Till Explorer or Bristly Bill.
Yeah, yeah, I
Or
could do that.
oh yeah, I could see Ice Tail, or because you're not, no offense, you're not disciplined enough to take the Taiga.
I should. The
You
thing is,
well,
Taiga's a card I would look at and go like, "That's probably what I
because
should do,"
and I'm
and then I
looking,
would move
I'm
on.
because I'm thinking about it through the Shivam lens of, you're like,
Mhm.
I want that Taiga, but you're not first picking it because you're going
No.
to feel like that's a waste. So
Yes.
I think you're picking the Ice Till because I think you're like, I really want this red and 6 as well, but maybe if I take the Ice Till, somebody is going to pass the red and 6. Or is
See,
it
it's
swapped?
the you were right on the money, like almost right on the money, which is that I would take the Ren and Six and then
Mhm.
pray that the Ice Tail makes it around
Yeah.
the
Okay.
table.
Okay. Yeah. See, maybe I should have taken my your lack of discipline and extended it towards this.
It would have
That
been like, look, it's only 2-drop, but it's 2 colors. Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's Ren and
honestly, the
Six.
the two color thing didn't push me towards the Ice Steel. It pushed me toward the Ice Steel because the Ice Steel's newer.
Yeah,
And like, this is the kind of card that you would be like, dude, have you seen this card?
does everything I want.
You'd like call it like by a slightly incorrect name, but be so excited. You're like, dude, I played this Ice Hill Explorer in
Exactly.
draft, and I'm like, uh-huh.
Ice Tail Extruder.
Yeah, Ice Hill Extruder, exactly. And I'm like, oh yeah. No, I speak Shivam. I get it.
Dude, I don't know.
I work with Surge, dog. I speak all types of not completely correct Magic card, but I get what you're talking about.
That's the thing. It's just like Ren and Six though is such a, that card makes me so happy, man. Like it pinks things for 1, fine, who cares? But it takes you right into the Gruul Lands deck, and I'm like, this is what I want to be doing.
Yeah.
But like this pack would, honest to God, upset me so much if I opened it, because I'd be like, why are you just giving this all to me? Like none of this is gonna come back. I'm gonna get like a JTMS on the other side of this, or like a friggin' ever flowing chalice. That would be so.
This is the kind of, this is legit. I mean, it's funny because I said it, but like, this is the kind of pack that I open and I go, I should build red green land mid range in Canlander. Cube does that a lot where I'm like, yeah, I should probably try building this deck again. Maybe I should take a look at it. Like maybe there's something, haven't done it for a while. That's kind of cool. Yeah,
man. God damn, I love Cube. I love Canlander. I think these are great formats. When you got to do it, so last thing for going back to North 100, how do you decide what decks to play so you don't end up just running your same decks over and over again?
So we have a couple of things. What I've been doing somewhat recently is there's a very cool Moxfield account that you can go to, which is the Canadian. I'm gonna pull it up real quick because I don't want to misquote it. The Canadian Highlander Canlander Winners Archive. Ton of tournament placing deck lists from all over the world. Online events, in paper store events that get uploaded. And it's a cool place to find decks or deck ideas, but also like we're a community format, man. Like I love getting to find a cool version of a deck or something, and be like, oh, I've seen this person before. They've won with this a couple of times. I want to give them some love. I want to give them some shine. And like, it's not wholly a humanitarian effort or whatever, right? Like it does cut down on workload for me somewhat, but it is like, yeah, I want to play your list. I want to shout out your name, and I want to showcase what the community is up to, because that's what it's all about, right? It is like, dog, I get paid to play like my favorite thing to do in the world, which is jam Canlander. So the least that's done and dusted. I've got that done. So the least I can do is try to, use my position to
show off people's cool things.
Yeah, give people their flowers, put some shine on stuff. So I usually take like a combination of those lists plus lists that have recently received newer cards from like a set release or whatever. And I go, okay, boys, here's a pool of like 8 different decks. Pick some of them, pick ones you want. Here are some sample lists. Here are some of my lists. Here are like the cards that make me think you should play this, right? And then You pick from it and you jam it. But also, sometimes you get the itch, man. Like, I had this homebrew for a mono blue mid-range deck, and I'm like, I gotta jam this, man. I'm obsessed with it. I cast Vidalcan Shackles, and I'm winning games,
Let's
dog.
go.
Like, and that's cool, because that is another aspect of this, is you get that itch, you get to build whatever you
Hell
want,
yeah.
and then we have the platform to show it off.
I want to come on that show so badly. I want to play Canlander. Dude, remember when we were coming home from Profs at one time and we just ended up jamming games?
We were just jamming in the Portland airport.
It's so good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, memories. But you know what? That's plenty for this one. 120.
Oh,
Jesus.
yeah?
Okay. Yeah, I don't want this to be a Shivam Wheeler length.
No.
But yeah, Wheels, if folks wanted to find you or watch your Canlanders and whatever, where would they go?
So I stream full time across Loading Ready Run and Benjamin_Wheeler on Twitch. Other than that, you can find me on Blue Sky or Twitter or YouTube under B Wheeler MTG or Wheeler. You honestly Google my name and MTG. It's the easiest way to do it.
You will find a Wheeler. It's very easy.
Listen to Shivam and Wheeler Love Magic.
I've heard it's a good show.
listen and watch
it.
North 100. It's even when we have to edit it, I think it's a pretty good show. I think we put on a pretty reasonable podcast.
I've been thinking about changing the tagline of Shivam and Wheeler Love Magic to being like your LGS's favorite podcast, because every time we put out an episode, people ping us and say, look, you made me spend $25 on all this bulk crap that has been sitting at the store for 100 years. I'm like,
oh, dog, I ran into someone at my LGS that knew me through the podcast.
That's crazy.
I said, like, I walked in, I was talking to the owner called me by Ben. The guy was at the counter, was like, that voice sounds familiar. Somebody comes in, calls me Wheeler, then they are like, oh my, wait, sorry, this is weird. Are you like Wheeler from Shivam and Wheeler? And I'm like, yeah. And I get recognized pretty often, but like, that was just like a it's just kind of a funny poll. But I was like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, man, I got into, I was kind of into Magic and I started listening to you guys. And now I am the dude at the LGS looking through boxes. And I'm like, yes, buy all the crap from Yellow Jacket. But also in my head, I'm like, you're the guy that bought out all the Avon Fogbringers and indentured gins. I'm trying to build the worst pre-modern deck in the world and I can't find my copies.
You know what? I got to say, like, Shivam and Wheeler's a weird show for people to come and say, like, yeah, man, I wasn't into Magic until I started listening. I'm like, why are you listening to us? Like, I'm glad, I'm grateful, but also, if you're not invested, how?
I think because we aren't like negative, or I mean, we are at times, but we're not.
If it's like, it's
not
out of love.
Yeah, it's not a bit. We're negative when we watch. It's like watching a sibling make the stupidest mistake, and we'll be like, "That is so stupid! You're an idiot." And it's like, "But I will bail. I will pay for your bail."
Right? Exactly.
Like, and also, I don't know. People like listening to other people that are passionate about stuff, and also our lack of production value. It's just like it's literally just us sitting down, hitting record,
flipping the switch and just going.
Yeah, like we have a little dossier or whatever, but that's it.
It's almost like the last hour and a half of this show.
Yeah, it's just, why not? They just yap, man. It's fun to talk about things you enjoy and try to, spin that in a way that makes it more approachable for other people.
That's the whole gimmick here, man. It's like,
it's cool.
That's what makes this fun.
Yeah.
But as always, you can find me at Shivam Bhatt on Blue Sky, or as we've been talking about, on Shivam and Wheeler Love Magic. You can also find this podcast every Tuesday or on YouTube every Tuesday, thanks to my editor Dan. You can also hear me on the Chronicles of Dragonlance podcast. And honestly, the only reason we do this is because Wheels and I would be doing this anyways. And it's just more fun if you guys get to listen in.
We literally did this before, and we're like, we should record this.
We should just record it. We're going to be talking about this all the time anyway.
Might as well.
And it turns out y'all like it, and it's just super fun. Thank you again for joining me, Wheels. I mean, I don't know. If I didn't like talking to you, we wouldn't be doing this for so long.
Hey, that's my line. If I didn't want to be here, I wouldn't be here. Is my go-to.
Right.
But I'm here because I like being here.
Awesome, man. Well, and with that, my friends, remember, it's not magic without the gathering, and we'll see you next time.